Hi everyone, welcome or welcome back to my channel. My name is Amanda and this is Confidence Mindset with Amanda. So in this video, we're just going to have a little look at negative thoughts and anxiety with manifesting, and also the thought process of how we want to be thinking in relation to our desires that we are manifesting. So negative thoughts and anxiety have no bearing on our manifestation, and the reason why they have no bearing on our manifestation is because they're simply just thoughts that are coming up because we are becoming more consciously aware of our thoughts, yes, but because we are unlearning a way that we have already known from how we've already manifested our life, and we are becoming more familiar with the unknown. We're becoming more familiar with the idea that we can ultimately alter the direction of our life through our thoughts, and we never knew that before we got into conscious manifesting. And so yes, of course, we're going to have a little bit of anxiety and negative thoughts around that whole concept of manifestation, because we have been so used to living in a particular way for so long. Now, with that being said, I want to make an example of, if you are somebody who wants to be a pop star or you want to be famous, and you have a desire, you have an innate desire to be that person, you're going to go along the direction of becoming that person. And so you're going to be in that kind of thought process every single day of being that person who is a pop star and who is famous. Now, just because you are manifesting this desire in your life, it does not mean that you're never going to have a negative desire or anxiety around it, because of course you are, because you're human. And but the key is that because you are manifesting this particular thing in your life, you keep going. And this is what we are doing in conscious manifesting. Yes, we are rewiring the story in our mind, but we are persistent. We just keep going through the repetition, no matter what is being presented in front of us. I mean, anything that we have manifested before that we really wanted before we got into conscious manifesting, we would have persisted in the idea of having it, even if we were crying or having negative thoughts and thinking that it was never going to happen for us. We still persisted in the I suppose you could say, you could look at it as hope. You would always be consistently persistent in the hope that you were going to get this thing that you desired so much, and then eventually you would have gotten it by continuing to believe and continuing to take the actions and stuff that were required to get what it was that you wanted. Now, obviously, we don't have to take any action when it comes to manifestation, but here is where the action comes in. When you are in a certain thought process, which is the thought process that you are now identifying as that person who has what you want, like the pop star who wants to be famous, when they're in this thought process, they're unconsciously led to these auditions. They are unconsciously led to opportunities that pop up in their reality, and because these opportunities pop up in their reality, their mindset is able to see these opportunities, and because their mindset sees these opportunities, they inevitably then take action in these moments to audition for what it is that they want. And this is where we take action when it comes to manifestation. It's like we won't even know. We'll be unconsciously doing it because we know that this is what's getting us to the next level. But if we have it's because we have that mindset. But if we are somebody who just has a little desire to be a pop star or a famous person, but we're not actually dwelling on the idea of it, we're not actually using our mindset in a way, then we won't be led to the opportunities, if you get what I mean. Our mind's not going to be open to the audition that's in the same neighborhood, perhaps, or we wouldn't even be thinking about auditioning for it because we don't have the same desire as the other person does, who is continuing with that mindset of being a pop star and being famous, if you get what I'm trying to say. So it's like, as well too, when we look at our ABCs, we have learned the ABCs through repetition, and our times tables, we've learned it all through repetition. And if we were asked to recite it right now, we may have a little thought in our mind, God, will I remember it, or whatever, just because we learned it when we were a child. But because of all that repetition that we did, it's always going to be in there, because the repetition never really goes away. And so negative thoughts coming in saying that we're not going to be able to remember it, unconsciously we will be able to remember it because of the repetition that we learned before, if you get what I'm trying to say. So negative thoughts will never matter, and anxiety will never matter when it comes to your manifestation. Once you are keeping your mindset on the manifestation and you're repetitively telling yourself that this is yours and that it's already taken care of, and that you are now this person who has what it is that you want, if you get what I'm trying to say. So that brings me into thought process. So when we are manifesting for particular desires, we can sit down there and we can consciously manifest for specific things. Like say we are manifesting for €1 million, $1 million, or we are manifesting for a specific person to come back into our lives. We consciously we are watching our mental diet, of course, but we are also consciously taking the initiative to focus our attention on this person or focus our attention on the €1 million. However, we also want to be waking up as the person who identifies as the person who has these things. So what do I mean by this? So if I'm manifesting €1 million, I can sit there and I can manifest with my conscious thoughts, I have €1 million, I have €1 million. But who am I as that person who identifies as having €1 million? I'm not going to be waking up in the morning and feeling unhappy. Well, maybe, it can be, but I'm going to be waking up every morning and I'm going to be making the decision to be happy. I'm going to be making decisions that are telling my mind that I am fulfilled in life, that I'm satisfied, that I am financially free, that I am feeling safe and secure within myself at all times, that all my bills are always paid. These kind of affirmations that we are rewiring the old story. Remember, we're changing the neurons in our brain, and so we're not changing the neuron in our brain to say I have €1 million, I have €1 million. Yes, you can do that, but we want to be filling up our brain with all these affirmations of abundance, of richness, of happiness, of love, of joy, of satisfaction, of fulfillment, of feeling free, feeling safe, feeling secure. All these affirmations that build up our confidence with that mindset, because the more we do that, that's the identity then that we're coming from. And so as we become this person who is identifying as that, we're going to be led to the opportunities of getting the €1 million, because when we don't have a mindset that is in that rich mindset, we're not going to see the opportunity could be slapping us in the face, but we won't see it in the same way as we will see it if we have the mindset of the rich person, if you understand what I'm saying. And so because we have the mindset of the rich person, that's when we see the opportunity of the €1 million coming to us. And also as well too, if we don't have the mindset of being the rich person, the €1 million can come to us, but because we're not dwelling in the idea of being rich, we're not dwelling on the idea of being satisfied and fulfilled and everything financially free and safe and secure within ourselves, because we don't consistently dwell in that idea, our subconscious mind will look for ways to sabotage us sustaining that €1 million in our reality. And this can be done through, if we're not feeling happy about things. Yes, I know €1 million can make you happy for a few minutes knowing that you have it and it's going to complement your life. But if you're not happy and fulfilled and satisfied, our subconscious will unconsciously find ways to just continue to spend that money to try and fill that hole, to fill that happiness and that satisfaction and fulfillment within. And then before you know it, then we have spent it in a lavish way and we haven't sustained it in our life the way that we wanted to, because we weren't consistently waking up every day as this rich person who, yes, has €1 million, but doesn't need €1 million, because we already are identifying as this rich person, if you get what I'm trying to say. And the same goes for manifesting a specific person. So who are we when we're manifesting a specific person? We want to be looking at ourselves in relation, yes, to that specific person. But remember, everybody shows up to how we assume they are going to show up. So if we are manifesting for a text of a specific person, but we have this assumption that we never get into the relationship that we want, that people don't pursue us, that who we want never likes us back. Like, we have all these assumptions. We're not identifying then as the person who gets this text of this specific person. So the thought process that we want to be having then is waking up every day knowing how amazing that we are, knowing how incredible we are, knowing that everyone that we wants us as well too, knowing that we are already satisfied and fulfilled with life, that we don't even need this person, but however, it's us that's choosing to love this person because we like this person or we want to experience love with them. It's about waking up every day telling ourselves that we are an amazing partner, that anyone would be lucky to be in a relationship with us, that we're kind, we're incredible, that we're deeply loved by everyone in our reality, that everyone loves to be in our company, that we are unforgettable, we're irreplaceable, we're so unique and rare, especially to this person. But it's also about waking up every day and giving the love to yourself, because if we don't really genuinely love ourselves, we are in this kind of ego kind of false perception that we are so in love with this person, if you get what I'm trying to say. Because if we are not in love with ourselves, how can we genuinely love somebody else? Because really we're only loving to gain, if you get what I mean. So we're loving this other person because we like the feeling of validation from this person giving us attention back, if you get what I'm trying to say. But if we are not actually genuinely in love with ourselves, it's not really genuine love. When we are genuine, look, you can disagree with me on that, but however, when we genuinely love ourselves as well too, and this doesn't mean, it doesn't mean that we are like egotistically in love with ourselves. It means that we're just a person who respects ourselves, but because we respect ourselves, we respect others. We're just a person who is kind. We're given, we know our value, we know our worth, we know that we can have decent conversations with people and have our voice heard. We are acknowledging the fact that we matter as just as much as the other person. This is what genuine love is. It's knowing that you are just as amazing as the person that you are trying to manifest into your life, and that you are both coming together and you're both going to complement each other in life. It's never about anybody being better than anybody. It's about coming together and being this person as you are attracting the other person, but being the person that you want that other person to be as well too, if you get what I mean. Because you may think that you want somebody to be completely obsessed with you and to be clinging on with you and to be chasing you and all these type of things, but that's not what anybody wants. Nobody wants that. Everybody wants to be, it's all about balance, you know. Yes, it's nice to have somebody pursue us and that, but if somebody is overwhelmingly pursuing us, we tend to take a step back because it's too much. We just want to be enjoying a relationship with somebody who is on the same wavelength as us, and we can both pursue each other together. It's a relationship is two people coming together and complementing each other. Relationship is two people coming together and supporting one another. It's believing in yourself, and because you believe in yourself, you believe in your partner. It's having faith in yourself, and because you have faith in yourself, you have faith in your partner. It's trusting yourself, and because you trust yourself, you trust your partner. It's about balance, and that's the way that's the way we should be coming from when we are having the thought process of wanting to manifest somebody in our life. We want to be coming from that idea that we are just as amazing in them as them, and not to be putting the person on the pedestal, if you get what I'm trying to say. Because it's it's not even about putting ourselves on the pedestal either as well too, if I'm honest. I mean, yes, it's good to have great confidence and things like that, but it's about, as I say, it's about balance. It's about knowing that you would complement this person's life as well as that person complementing you, and it's about knowing that you are, you know, you're going to be able to speak on your boundaries as well too, because you're becoming more respectful of yourself and your own values. Because if we are thinking that we really love somebody in a way that we are giving them all our love, we're never going to appreciate ourselves. We're never going to be able to respect ourselves or value our own boundaries, if you get what I'm trying to say, because we're going to be afraid of losing the person. But really, from my perspective anyway, I think that anytime we are afraid of losing the person, it's really an unconscious thing of us being afraid of losing ourselves. Because when we get into that mindset of anxiety and stress of losing a person, it's really because we're feeling all that anxiety and everything within ourselves. But it's also as well too, there's an innate thing then when it's unconscious to us that we're also afraid of losing ourselves. Because when we lose a person, we fall into yes, anxiety and sadness and grief and all of these emotions, which can be valid as well too. But we have to look at where we are before we even lost the person. Was there an unconscious thing that we were given too much because we were afraid of losing the person? But if we look at it really, it's because we were afraid of losing ourselves, in a way that if that person left, we were going to be experiencing all this sadness and grief, if you get what I'm trying to say. So to not get into these situations, then we come to the realization that it's all coming from us. And so we always have to be giving ourselves the love and respect and value, and understanding that genuine love is when we are sharing love. It's not so much about giving too much of ourselves to the other person and thinking to ourselves, oh well, I showed you all this love and I did all this for you, like how can you do this to me? It's not about that. It's about knowing that you are this person who is so amazing, knowing that you are this person who would be such an amazing partner to anybody, that when you actually do things for your partner, you're doing it because you're doing it in a way because you want to continue to share the love with your partner. And it's not about gaining anything from your partner, it's about genuinely caring about your partner. And you will see, when you come from this genuine feeling of, just doing things because you just want to, like, you will notice how your partner reflects it back to you in a way as well too. If you were doing things to gain things from your partner and then your partner doesn't reciprocate, you're going to get these kind of, oh well, I did this, why did I do that, or whatever, because you're not coming from genuine pure love. It's like, if you look at it at your child or whatever, for example, you do things for your child because you want to do things for your child. You don't expect anything back from your child. Do you know, that kind of way? And it's the same thing when it comes to your relationship as well too. But however, the only way that I think that we get into this way of being is to fill ourselves up with the confidence and love every day. And that's the thought process that we want to be coming from. So we come from this thought process of, I'm incredible, I'm amazing, I'm an amazing partner, I am one in a million, my partner loves me, of course my partner loves me, why wouldn't they? I'm a beautiful person inside and out. I have such a big heart. My heart is open, but my heart is open in such a way that it's unconditional. I love to give to my partner. I don't love just to receive, but because I love in this way, my partner loves me in the same way, and we come together in union. In we come together as a partnership, and that's what it is. It's like we're team players. We come together then when we do have negative thoughts and doubts. We know that we are both two high value people who come together and are able to talk things out in a respectful way. We are able to come together and sit down with each other and work through things, and we grow together. And that's kind of how the relationship then forms. It isn't about, well, I know, like, yeah, you want to manifest a particular text in, but when you come from this thought process, that text is just going to come anyway, because everything is energetic, but you don't have to be in a high vibe, as they say. It's really just about the thoughts and the assumptions and everything you're rewiring into your brain. But once you do that, you unconsciously become that person, and as you are becoming that person, that's what's emitting out there. Then your world starts to conform to you. It's never about you conform to them. It's about them all conforming to your new way of being, your new identity, your thoughts, and everything that you are as a person. It's your world, and it's you that's elevating up in a sense, but it's you then that's showing up in this type of way that causes everyone to come in that kind of way as well too. It's like, if we think of a child as well, if we think of a child, we all conform to a child, because of their purity in their mind, because of who they are in their mind. They are confident in who they are as that little character and everything that they have when they are a little child, and they don't see anything outside of that, and they love everyone unconditionally. And if like, their parents or whatever, we have a little argument about something, and they get a little upset, in another few minutes then they're all love, you're all loving back with your child or whatever, and everything is okay, because a child always loves you no matter what, and understands. And it's the same as we have to be as well too, when we are, especially when we get into conscious manifesting, because when we come from that place of being, it's like everything is just amazing, really, then. Now, but this doesn't mean to say that we're not going to have negative thoughts and anxiety along the way, because we're human, of course we are, but it has nothing to do with our manifestations, because we only never get our manifestations if we give up, essentially, on the idea of wanting it, even, because you can give up on affirming for it and it could still show up. But it's really the giving up on the idea of actually wanting the manifestation. That's really how we would never experience what it is that we want. So with that being said, I'm going to leave that video here. I hope it helps clear up things about negative thoughts and anxiety, and also about the thought process we want to be coming from when we are manifesting for particular things. We can sit there and manifest for particular things, yes, but always try and make your assumptions about yourself in that way. Like, who are we when we're manifesting for this? Like, if I'm manifesting for a relationship, well, who am I in a relationship? How does my partner show up for me? How do I show up for my partner? If I'm manifesting money into my life, well, who am I as this person who has this money? How rich, how, am I fulfilled in life? Am I financially free? Am I able to sustain money in my life? And so it's all these kind of, and then it comes out of our behaviors, and then we end up acting in a way that will be unconscious, but it'll be leading us to everything to sustain it all in our life as well too. So thank you so much for listening. Like and subscribe if you wish, and I will chat to you soon.